Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we will see the next point, that is scientific contribution of Kashyapa Samhita in Kaumara Bhritya. Now we all know who is Kashyapa. Who is Kashyapa? He is the founder of Kashyapa Samhita, that is father of Kaumara Bhritya. Today in this topic we will see how the Kashyapa got the knowledge of Kaumara Bhritya and how he exhibited it, and the story of Vriddha Jivaka, this Kashyapa, why he is known as Vriddha Jivaka, and what all scientific contribution he added in the Kashyapa Samhita. So let's start the topic. So the presently existing textbook, that is by name Vriddha Jivakiya Tantra, that is Kashyapa Samhita, which is available at present, probably belongs to 6th century BC, and it was written by Vriddha Jivaka under the guidance of his master, that is mean for Kashyapa. In the history of Ayurveda we saw there were two Kashyapas. First Kashyapa, who gave the knowledge for the his pedigree Kashyapa, that is our Upadesha founder, because in olden days, as we know, they were keeping the ancestors' name for their coming generation. So first Kashyapa gave the knowledge for the Vriddha Jivakiya Kashyapa, that is our Upadesha founder. And why he known as Vriddha Jivaka, we'll see now. History says as, after opening the knowledge of Kaumara Bhritya from Brahma or Indra, Maharshi Kashyapa, that is first Kashyapa, transmitted his knowledge to other rishis, that is his disciples or other rishis present there. In those rishis, the child Muni called Jivaka, who was the son of Ruchika, expressed his knowledge in the form of written text, but his text was not accepted by other rishis, saying that he is still a child, so it is not accepted. For this reason, the child Muni, to surprise all, the boy turned into Vriddha Jivaka, that is old man, by dipping in the Ganga river. Then other sages accepted his book after he becoming the Vriddha Jivaka. So after that he was known as the Vriddha Jivaka, but Vriddha Jivaka here is our Kashyapa only. As he was child, his knowledge was not accepting, so he turned into old man by dipping in a Ganga river. This was the story of the Vriddha Jivaka. After this story, his book was accepted and practiced, but as time passed, in course of time, that book was lost in a society. Then later an Yaksha by name Anayasa Yakshu somehow got this copy and he preserved it. Then later a scholar by name Vatsya from the pedigree of the Vriddha Jivaka got this book, but he got the book from Anayasa Yakshu, but there was some missing portions, and the textbook was not in fully formed condition. Then later the missing portion in the textbook he added by the name of Khilastana, and his time period is Vatsya's 7th century AD, and here the Vatsya is known as redactor of Kashyapa Samhita. The present Kashyapa Samhita is the narration of Pandit Hariprasad Shastri based on the mutilated original text on Tala leaves in Pandu script, lying with Pandit Hemaraj Sharma, the Nepal Rajaguru. As we know, in olden days they were writing on the leaves by some point of ink or something like pens, that was preserved and kept as book, that he got from the Nepal Rajaguru, that is Hemaraja Sharma, and he narrated the textbook, present textbook, which is known as Vriddha Jivakiya Tantra. And the another Kashyapa Samhita is present in Nevari script at Saraswati Bhavan of Varanasi, that is one of the copy, and Yadavji Acharya of Bombay published another book under the name of Vriddha Jivaka Tantra. Many books printed in previous 2 centuries are missing because the families destroys the books after the Vaidya dies. That who wrote the book, after he dies, the families destroy his books. So we are missing we are in the lack of some textbooks. Now we'll see the contents of Kashyapa Samhita, that is how many sthanas it contains and how many chapters it contains. That is, Samhita contains 9 sthanas and 210 chapters in total, but in available text only 130 chapters are available, and some sthanas known as Sutra Sthana, Nidana Sthana, Vimana Sthana, Sharira Sthana, Indriya Sthana, Chikitsa Sthana, Siddhi Sthana, Kalpa Sthana, and this last Khila Sthana was added by redactor of Kashyapa Samhita, that is Vatsya. And the chapters it contains are: Sutra Sthana contains 30 chapters, Nidana Sthana contains 8 chapters, Vimana Sthana contains 8 chapters, Sharira Sthana contains 8 chapters, Indriya Sthana contains 12 chapters, Chikitsa Sthana contains 30 chapters, Siddhi Sthana contains 22 chapters, Kalpa Sthana 12 chapters, and last Khila Sthana 80 chapters. Total 210 chapters, but clearly available chapters in present textbook is 130 chapters. So now we got to know how the Samhita was created and who preserved it and who redacted it. Then later what we saw, how many sthanas it contains and how many chapters it contains. Now next we will see what all materials present in Kashyapa Samhita, that is, like other Samhitas, Kashyapa Samhita was also written with Sutra, Sharira, Chikitsa Sthanas, etc. But the redactor, that is Vatsya, added Khila Sthana and he added the missing portion of the Samhita in Khila Sthana, and the whole Samhita is available in 2 portions, like pediatric portion and obstetric portion. Now we will see what all it is covered in pediatric portion and what all matter is covered in obstetric portion. As we got to know, the whole Samhita is divided into 2 portions, that is pediatric portion and obstetric portion. Now we will see what all matter is covered in pediatric portion. In pediatric portion, it is divided in embryology and neonatology, and in embryology he explained 24 tattvas in embryogenesis and the Shadbhavas are described similar to Charaka Samhita, and in neonatology he included the points explained detailedly as growth and development, Kshira doshas, Vedana Adhyaya, infancy to toddlers, infections, that is Graha Roga, diseases in children, and dosage of herbal drugs. And what all these points covers? In neonatology, Lakshana Adhyaya is a speciality in predicting the future of newborn, that is Lakshana Adhyaya is nothing but signs and symptoms, and he explained the Ayu Pariksha, that is how the signs, symptoms, Lakshanas will be in newborn. He explained in detail, and for toning up different systems and faculties in newborn, various drugs have been described under the name of Lehana, like Panchabhautika Taila, Samvardhana Grita, Swarna Prashana with Vacha for improving the intelligence. These all explained in detail. And coming to the points, growth and development. This growth and development, as I said before, some portions are missing. Here in growth and development also we missed some point of explanation, including samskaras also, but few are described as under mentioning of Karnapali Vardhana and eruption and diseases of dentition are given in detail. Then next point is Kshira dosha. In Kshira dosha, this also material is available less, but some main points he explained are Vajra is a speciality of Kashyapa. Here Vajra means antigen which is producing the abscess in breast. He explained in detail and named it as Vajra, and he explained some galactogogues are described. Galactogogues means the medicine which is improving the lactation. And in Vedana Adhyaya he explained all type of diseases and their signs and symptoms present in the baby, because as we know the baby can't explain or can't express his complaints, that is what he is going through or what is the main complaint, the baby can't say us. So we should guess the disease or symptom or complaint in the baby by his expressions or response to us. So he explained all the type of Vedanas or diseases in the name of Vedana Adhyaya. Next, from toddlers, that is infancy to toddlers, he added some points like to stop bleeding, cold pack he advised, and cauterization or advised dressing is main thing, like dressing is advised from Madhu Sarpi, and in bandaging in the bleeding he explained the cold packs for the bleeding. Coming to the point, infections, that is Graha Roga. In Grahas he added the 3 Grahas, that is Revati, Putana and Mukhamandika, and for fumigation, that is the treatment of this Graha Rogas, fumigation is described as a measure to treat infectious disorders, and he mentioned the separate chapter for fumigation by the name as Dhupana Adhyaya. And next point here is diseases in children. Various diseases are described like Charmadala, Pratishyaya, Yakshma, Shodha, Sannipataja Jvara, etc. And use of Kulata Taila Kalpa and Katu Taila Kalpa in Pliha Roga, and use of Pippali and Nagabala in Raja Yakshma, and use of zinc and Mamira in eye diseases is specially noted. Mainly he described the Fakka Roga special in 1 year of age, and use of Trichakra Ratha in Fakka Roga for the walking of the baby is mentioned specially by Kashyapa Samhita. And the next last point is dosage of herbal drugs. Kashyapa explained dosage as starting with Vidangaphala Matra in first month is a good contribution, whereas other authors like Sushruta mentions a pinch of powder as we get in 2 fingers in Kshirapa. But whereas Kashyapa mentioned Vidangaphala Matra to Amlaki Phala Matra according to the age of a child month wise. And the last point, the 8 varieties of Sveda to neonates, especially Hasta Sveda, is special contribution of Kashyapa Samhita. This was the portion explained in pediatric portion. And next we will see
what all matter is covered in
embryonic
portion. Here the gynec portion is missing in the available text. As we know, there is some portion of missing in the textbook, and what all other points he covered are infections in women destroying the fetus or a newborn are described in the name of Jataharni, and Kashyapa explained that the diet of pregnant women should be sufficient enough to nourish Garbha, Sthana and the body of the mother, and certain antenatal diseases are described under name of Antarvatni Chikitsa, and normal diseases of women like not related for pregnancy but when manifests in the pregnancy like Kamla, Pravahika and are described if they got in pregnant women, how should be treated, he explained clearly. And Mooda Garbha is missing in the available textbook, but there is only mentioning of name. And perfect terminology of Grahi Shula is mentioned, indicating the retraction of uterine muscles with each subsequent contractions, but no other textbooks explained this topic. And placenta previa he described detailedly by saying that striya garbhe vivrutte mukhe apara avyavrute chet, means delivery is possible only when placenta is not spread in the dilating portion of the cervix. And position of the body in delivery he described as upavishta and paryaka maruhetu, whereas till the delivery is described under till internal rotation, the upavishta position, and the lithotomy position is described as paryaka maruhetu. Sutikopakrama and Dushprajata Chikitsa are well explained, whereas Sutikopakrama is the care of the woman immediately after birth, and Dushprajata Chikitsa is the care of the newborn till 1 month of life. And last point is 3 wonderful kalpas in gynec practice are described as Satapushpa Kalpa, Lasuna Kalpa and Shatavari Kalpa, whereas they give results in the Satapushpa Kalpa for menstrual disorders and in an ovulation. In many cases it is found to bring ovulation in cases of polycystic ovaries and regulate menses. And Lasuna Kalpa helps in removing tubular block by dissolving the fibrous tissues. And Shatavari Kalpa to tone up the body and bring back the teenage changes in the body in elderly women. These was the points or materials described under obstetric portion of the Kashyapa Samhita. So this was the topic of scientific contribution of Kashyapa to the Kaumara Bhritya, that is how the Kashyapa wrote the Samhita and what all he covered in Samhita's topics, and how many sthanas and chapter the Kashyapa Samhita contains. Thank you.